Welcome to this video presentation of IQ Matrix Map 122, Mapping Your Career Path, part of the Managing Your Career series of maps. In this video, I will break down each of the branches and outline some of the key areas of the map. The map is divided up into 5 main areas. First, we'll focus on what you need to focus on in order to manage your career more effectively. Next, we'll look at assessing your current reality. You need to know where you are in order to know where you're going to go. Thirdly, we'll look at the next step. So identify some of your assets and make a commitment for your future. Fourthly, we'll look at your portfolio. And we'll break it down step by step and also analyze the critical elements that will make you stand out from the rest. And finally, we'll look at possibilities. In order to manage your career more effectively, you must have a clear sense of direction for your career. If you do not have that clear sense of direction, then you will not know what to do, where to go, how to make progress in the future. To help us clarify this, ask yourself the following questions. What does managing my career really mean to me? How have I managed my career to date? Which aspects of my career need most attention? And how would I describe my career outlook? Even though these questions do not help clarify where you're going to go, they do help you to identify where you are and what you need to do in order to move yourself into the future. Next, I have listed several things that we must focus on in order to manage our career path more effectively. First of all, keep focused on setting career objectives and targets on a consistent basis. More about this a little bit later. Keep focused on managing difficulties and change. This is critical because change and difficulties will always arise. You must be ready, willing, and able to deal with them effectively when they do. Also, keep focused or keep long-term career goals private. Why is that important? Because around the office, people can become a little bit resentful if they know what your career goals are. So in order to keep these relationships in a positive way, you must focus on keeping your long-term goals at least private. Next, keep focused on self-analysis. This means evaluating your experiences and learning about yourself on a continuous basis. This is absolutely critical because unless you learn about yourself, you will not understand your personal tendencies, strengths, your weaknesses, and therefore you will not be able to make the right decisions for your future. Also keep focused on understanding your job offers, trends, market opportunities, market shifts and changes. These are critical because one day you might have a job, the next day you might not, and unless you understand these areas, it will help you make better decisions in the future. Also review your progress regularly. And always be looking ahead. Be clear about your personal priorities. Be quick to make decisions and alert to career opportunities. This is important because when an opportunity arises, it's absolutely critical that you jump on it and make quick and effective decisions. However, at the same time, you must have the appropriate information in order to make an effective decision. Also, be prepared to work with a structured plan. Be prepared to set clear milestones and goals, and be flexible and adaptable. I think these are 2 key critical areas. If we are flexible and adaptable, then we can adjust to changing conditions and circumstances. Finally, it's critical that we learn from our mistakes. We always make mistakes. If we learn from them, it will help us grow and move forward towards a better future. Next, let's assess your current reality. Assessing where you are is absolutely critical because it helps to pave the way for the future. Therefore, look at the progress you have made over time, over years and months, and ask yourself the following questions. How did I get to this point in my career? Are there things I would like to change? Also look at resources that you have acquired, and maybe the resources that you might still require, such as training, mentoring, skills, to help you move forward into the future towards a more fulfilling career. Also begin attending to your career events and changes. What does this mean? Well, there are certain events and changes that have transpired in the past that have led you to this point right now. Attend to them, think about them, consider how they have impacted your current reality. Also study experiences, the lessons you have learned, and analyze the cause and effect relationship between your behavior and decisions. Everything you do has a cause and effect relationship. Your decisions impact your current reality, or your past decisions have impacted your current reality. Try to understand how you have come to this point in your career. Creating a log file of your career events and the changes that have transpired might also be helpful. In the end, what we're trying to do is we're analyzing the past to help us illuminate the future. Next, it's important to understand your assets. Your assets are basically your strengths. Your strengths that you have, the qualities, the characteristics, anything you value that could help you make progress towards your career goals and objectives. Ask yourself, what qualities do I consider to be my strengths? Given my strengths, what work environment would be most suitable? What other strengths would I like to develop? How must I develop these strengths? If you're unsure about your strengths, then ask friends for feedback. Once you have identified your strengths, we must clarify the boundaries. What are boundaries? Boundaries are basically the sacrifices that you're not willing to make in order to achieve your career goals and objectives. Ask yourself, will I be willing to change work locations? Will I need to go back and study? How much time do I need for my family and friends? If you're not willing to make certain sacrifices, then you must go back to the drawing board and set different types of goals. Next, let's look at your targets. These are basically the things that support your goals. Ask yourself, are my targets ambitious yet achievable? Do they have enough motivation? Do I have enough motivation to obtain them? The key is, if your targets are not ambitious and achievable, then you'll lack motivation. And when you lack motivation, you'll lack the motivation to take the actions necessary to achieve these targets. Finally, having clarified your targets, you must now make a commitment. Make a commitment to yourself and acknowledge the changes that you need to make and the potential impact on your family and your life. Ask yourself, in which direction would I like to take my career? How will I make time to manage my career? What resources may I need that could help me? Will I need to change my habits or priorities? Once you've committed that you are willing to make certain sacrifices to achieve your targets and objectives, now you can move on to the next step. Let's take a look at your portfolio. There are many things that you could effectively include in your portfolio. I've just listed some of the important ones here. Include your skills, knowledge, career achievements, specific projects you worked on, and a chronology of your work history and positions held. I'll write down more things within the blog post. Please take a look at that. However, what I really want to look at here is the analysis of your portfolio. Once you have clarified and written down everything that you have achieved, focused on these areas, then what you must do is you must understand what your level of dissatisfaction and satisfaction is at different stages of your employment. This is critical. To help you with this, ask yourself the following questions. How do my career peaks and valleys help me plan ahead? What circumstances have helped me get ahead? What circumstances have held me back? How do these answers help me clarify my career direction? These questions will help you gain more clarity about your career path to date. Once you've answered them, let's now delve into the following areas. Look at your portfolio and identify trends and patterns. Recognize career shifting choices, the mistakes you made, the disappointments you might have experienced, the lessons you might have learned as a result, and the further actions that you might need to take. And look at areas for improvement. Furthermore, look at key and specific circumstances. Look at the circumstances that inspired you, the inspiring times, and ask yourself, What strengths was I exhibiting at the time? What does this say about me? How is this significant for my future career path? Also look at the uninspiring times, the times that you would like to avoid in the future, and ask yourself, why did I experience these low points? These areas are absolutely critical. You get a handle on this, you get a deep understanding of how you have progressed along your career path, then this will give you the momentum you need to make better decisions in the future. Finally, let's look at possibilities. Explore the possibilities. Consider further education and courses, and reverse engineer your ideal career path. That's what you are. You're an engineer. When you're mapping out your career path, you engineer the ideal career path. And you're flexible along the way. Most importantly, I want you to understand that you must become a possibility thinker. Therefore, whenever confronted with anything, with any problem or obstacle, ask yourself, what are the possibilities here? If you do this alone, this could change your career path dramatically in the future. That concludes the overview of this IQ matrix. Thank you for watching this video. Hope this map can be used as an effective reference tool to help you reach your goals and objectives. Please visit the IQ Matrix blog to read a comprehensive description of each branch of this IQ Matrix map. The map is also available as a high-resolution PDF download and as a laminated poster from the IQ Matrix website. For more information, please visit iqmatrix.com or click on the link below this video.